How's everybody taking it? You saying that some people are panicking or because of...
Because the Japanese, they'll say something on the news, and they won't give you all the information. And first they'll say, like, clear out the area because, it's a fallout, can't go anywhere near the distance, whatnot. People will run to the stores and buy everything.
Right.
And like last week, it was toilet paper, tissue, and rice. I mean, it was all gone. You couldn't find it. I couldn't even find it here in Hokkaido where I was at. So I'm thinking people were buying the stuff and then sending it back home.
Right.
That kind of went away. And Japanese said, okay, we're getting it under control, this and that. And all of a sudden, they're like, the water's contaminated. So then, like, now water's gone. You can't buy water anywhere here in Japan.
What do you need? What needs to happen?
They need to get the nuclear reactors under control. That's the whole ordeal right now. They have no control on what's going on with the nuclear reactors.
That cooling tower number 3, they got electricity back.
Power.
They got power back to it. But it's not cooling?
It's cooling, but there's still the other reactors that are, I think, number 1 is still out of control. Number 2 is, I guess it's not 100% in control. 3 and 4, I haven't looked at the news recently because it's just been depressing, but the last time I looked at it was 3 and 4 were kind of not so good.
What have you heard about the victims, the death toll? Any numbers?
So the death toll right now, it's over, I think, 11,000.
Oh.
But they're still missing over 20,000 is what they're saying now. So wow. It could come to 20,000 if they can't find, the rest of the people.
It happens.
And they find more and more people every day.
Well, yeah.
Often they got.
Any more survivors? Are they finding any more survivors?
I haven't heard any news about new survivors except for the grandfather that was on the house, and after that baby, that 4-month-old baby that survived.
Okay.
Did you read about that?
No, what happened?
The tsunami came into the house, and the family didn't have enough time to escape, apparently, and the baby got swept away, 4 months old. It was, I don't know how it survived, but it was washed away with the tsunami. The house was destroyed. The mother and father were okay, but they thought their baby was dead. And the Japanese firefighters were like scrubbing, just cleaning up the place, and they heard a baby cry, and they ignored it at first, and then he heard it again, so he went back and he pulled all this housing and wood and trash and garbage, and lo and behold, there was a 4-month-old baby still wrapped up, and it was just, crying.
Wow. Still in the house?
Yeah, it's still in the house. And the house was about 400 meters away from where they had built it.
Holy smokes.
So God had his hand on that baby for sure.
Wow, that's just wild. I guess it's kind of difficult for you to know what's being told out here, but I'm just wondering if there's any difference in the stories that we're getting on my local news and what you're actually experiencing.
Well, I think what you're getting, I always try to take the media for what it is, and I take the good with the bad, and I try to, weed out all the BS inside. But Japanese media is worthless because the whole mentality of Japanese is they don't want to cause panic because panic doesn't help. Which I understand. I understand their thought process on that aspect, but they need to tell the people, if they don't know for sure it's not safe, then why take any chances and get them to a safe place instead of telling them to go into these areas that's still contaminated by, possible radiation sickness or whatnot.
Right.
But, and they're not straightforward. And like just the other day on news, like the Japanese guys came up and they held a thing of water. They're like, this water is okay, and you can drink it. And then they started drinking the water on live TV, and I was like, oh my God, I had flashbacks back to the anthrax ordeal in the United States. I was like, this is horseshit. So,
oh man.
And so now the new thing is 14 years old and lower cannot drink the water. And those people are getting water for free, I guess, from water companies, from the government, or whatever.
Right. So is life back to normal?
It's back to, I mean, for me, life is somewhat normal except for shopping, for food, and sometimes I can't find stuff I need. But if I go to a different town, like a smaller town, maybe about 30 minutes or 40 minutes away from my town, there's usually toilet paper or rice or water. Sometimes they have like water there. But the water here in Hokkaido is not affected, so it's not a big deal. It's just you can't buy bottled water. You know, you got to be drinking from the tap.
Right. I'm recording this. Is it okay if I put it together and make a YouTube video out of it?
Oh, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Oh, I hope I gave you the right information. Jeez.